The WWE wrestling tournament teams up with Muscle Moto X, and it promises explosive battles on the racetrack. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy get lucky when Mr. McMahon lets them sell food right at the qualifying event. The racers have to finish a time trial to decide the order for the first race, which will take place over the next 3 days. Right after the MC finishes talking, the Pamplona Especial by Los Matadors already finishes their run. Second place goes to Team Russia with Lana and Rusev. Right behind them is the Celtic Cruiser led by Sheamus, riding along with Goldust and Stardust, two yellow shirt companions who are a bit strange. Meanwhile, Team 2 Awesome with Miz and Paige is still tearing up the track with their beast of a ride. At the same time, the other 3 members of Mystery Inc. drop by to check on Scooby-Doo and Shaggy to see how the food selling is going. It turns out everything is going smoothly when they are still able to sell and eat at the same time. Suddenly the MC announces that today's special guest is the chairman and director of WWE. Mr. McMahon says this year the competition will last 3 days with 3 different racetracks, and it's going to be extremely explosive, but he doesn't expect his own daughter Stephanie to show up. It turns out that she secretly signs up with her husband Triple H, and they even break the record. Seeing that, Mr. McMahon gets furious and storms out of the interview. Back at the snack stand, Scooby and Shaggy are selling sandwiches when they suddenly remember it's almost time for their idols Team Legends, including Dusty and The Undertaker, to hit the stage. As soon as the familiar bell rings, it is also the time they appear. But the moment The Undertaker shows up, his scary vibe turns Scooby and Shaggy from fanboys into total anti-fans. Right after that, Team Legends revs up and launches into the race like a beast rushing on the road when nothing could stop it. Then out of nowhere an explosion happens in the distance and a new monster appears. For some unknown reason it keeps chasing after Team Legends. The second Scooby and Shaggy see the driver is a monster, they don't hesitate to run away. Meanwhile, Team Legends and the monster start to confront each other, but no one expects that the monster's car also has a mechanical scorpion tail attached to the back. With just one surprise strike, it throws Team Legends into deep trouble. The viewers who witness this scene can't breathe. Luckily, Dusty and The Undertaker are still safe after the crash. The monster jumps off the car and says the curse of Inferno is falling and everyone must end this meaningless race or pay the price. Dusty can't stand hearing words like that, so he rushes in to fight Inferno, but he doesn't expect the monster to be so strong. He lifts Dusty up and throws him aside. The Undertaker quickly escapes and runs toward Dusty, but Inferno already climbs back into the car and drives away. He swears that he will make this monster pay for what it has done. Soon the ambulance arrives and Dusty gets treated in time. Even though he can't race anymore, Dusty still has a dream, a responsibility to take care of his grandkids at home. WWE reporter Kofi asks The Undertaker what he thinks about the attack, and he immediately says he will still join the race to teach that monster a lesson. Never mess with The Undertaker unless you want to spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair. Meanwhile, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy are getting ready to run away because they see the monster, but they don't get far before Mr. McMahon appears. He asks Mystery Inc. to help him solve this case because he believes someone is trying to ruin the competition. Fred doesn't think twice and immediately shakes his hand and agrees. After night falls, Mystery Inc. gets to work. The group is surprised when they find the tire tracks are cut off. According to Velma's research, the monster once appeared before. In the 1930s, there was a race held here, and suddenly an unknown racer showed up and passed everyone. He challenged them all and claimed the mountain was his, but tragically, just as he was about to reach the top, he collapsed at Dead Man's Curve. Since then, people keep telling stories about a monster that cursed this mountain. At the same time, Fred accidentally notices that the dirt here smells like rotten eggs, but Velma guesses it's sulfur, a natural chemical often used in smoke effects. Suddenly, the producer Mr. Walter shows up and tells Mystery Inc. to stop the investigation because the monster has attracted a huge audience and the capitalists love it. But Fred refuses because the mystery must be solved before they stop. After that, everyone heads to the pit stop where the superstars are getting ready for tomorrow's race. Velma suggests the group split up to gather information. That gives Scooby-Doo and Shaggy a chance to talk with their idol, but both of them look scared, so El Torito from Team Pamplona Especial shows up to comfort them. Velma is talking to the other 2 members of the Pamplona team, and they say they came here for honor, not for the prize. Meanwhile, Fred and Daphne go ask about Stephanie and Triple H. They barely start the conversation when Daphne already feels a connection with Stephanie because both of them are daughters of rich fathers. Suddenly, Mr. McMahon shows up and seems unhappy about his daughter joining the race, but she still insists on proving that she can win. The producer Walter announces that dinner is ready, and that helps ease the tension between father and daughter. Later, while everyone is having dinner together, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy get the chance to see what $1 million looks like. With $1 million, they quietly imagine they could eat pizza for the rest of their lives. Meanwhile, Dusty is having dinner with the two executives when he suddenly gets upset. He thinks continuing the race might put people in danger. After saying that, Dusty gets up and walks away without looking back. The Undertaker understands Dusty more than anyone because he knows Dusty is in desperate need of money to support his family, but now he no longer has a teammate, so it's hard for him to stay in the race. Seeing this, Stephanie suggests that Skinny Man and Dead Meat could become his teammates. A legend like The Undertaker teaming up with a WWE champion sounds like the perfect match. Mr. McMahon and Walter then suggest Scooby-Doo and Shaggy join forces with The Undertaker, and both of them agree immediately. It's not every day they get to meet their idols, so there's no reason to say no. Meanwhile, the mechanic Big Earl is struggling with a pile of bills from his kids in college, but work is work, and he shows The Undertaker what's left of his vehicle after the crash. All that remains is the steering wheel, and it almost makes The Undertaker collapse. But Fred says he has a solution and tells everyone to go to sleep because by morning there will be a new car to race. If it's your car, I'd be more than happy to drive it, he says. Velma notices a powder on Big Earl's shoulder that looks a lot like sulfur, but it turns out to be talcum powder. He says it appeared when he was replacing the airbag. Suddenly, Stephanie and Triple H show up to invite Daphne to go do her nails while Fred stays back to build the battle car for tomorrow. He quickly suits up and lays out the plan for everyone before diving into work all night until sunrise. After that, the WWE Muscle Moto X competition officially begins. Seeing WWE superstars sitting on off-road vehicles gives the audience a fresh and exciting feeling like never before. Their first route will be through the Deadwood Forest, and there are drones flying around to capture every move. The racers are ready and their positions are arranged based on yesterday's time trials. The first winning team of today gets a 30-second head start for tomorrow's race. The MC also announces a last-minute change when The Undertaker officially switches to team up with Skinny Man and Dead Meat. Looking at the Scoobinator leaves The Undertaker speechless as he doesn't know what to say. Fred is about to give some final instructions, but he's too exhausted and falls asleep. Then the engines of the monsters on the track start to roar. The $1 million prize is placed at the front ready for the WWE superstars to chase after. As soon as the light flashes go, the racers shift into gear and rush forward. Only the Scoobinator of The Undertaker stays humble and holds back to save energy. The rest charge straight into the Deadwood Forest. The company car quickly takes advantage of its leading position to drop obstacles behind and slow down the other teams. A heavy hit forces Team Russia to jump out and fix their vehicle immediately. Rusev's sudden movement makes the race even more chaotic and intense. Meanwhile, the Pamplona Special unleashes the unstoppable El Torito. Sheamus from the Celtic Cruiser sees that and gets so scared he swerves away. The other two members keep disappearing and reappearing, which starts to confuse him. At the same time, the company car still holds the lead, even though the other teams are struggling. Team Legends is still falling behind. It doesn't take long before Team 2 Awesome and Team Russia catch up with the company car, but Team Russia doesn't like sharing the lead, so they launch an attack. Miz and Paige can't agree on anything and start arguing. Meanwhile, the monster's vehicle shows up again. The crowd's excitement turns into fear for the racers' safety. Inferno takes advantage of his lead and breathes fire to burn down the bridge. The racers don't back down at all, instead they hit the gas even harder. It's clear they want to use speed to escape the danger ahead. Miz gets so terrified he almost loses all sense of masculinity. Meanwhile, the company car pushes ahead into the lead, but Inferno doesn't let them off that easily. Kofi wants to get close to take a close-up shot, but his drone has a problem. Inferno wastes no time and uses the mechanical scorpion tail to strike at the company car. Meanwhile, Team Legends runs for a long time to reach the burning bridge. Seeing the bridge collapsing makes Scooby-Doo panic and accidentally presses the red button. It turns out that Fred had added it, but before he could tell The Undertaker, he had fallen asleep. Team Legends suddenly gains a huge boost and charges straight forward. They successfully make it across the bridge just before it completely falls apart. The crowd watches in total shock and amazement. The Scoobinator shows no fear and charges straight toward Inferno, forcing him to flee immediately. As soon as they pass through the smoke, a sharp turn appears in front of Team Legend. The Undertaker reacts too late and drives straight up the mountain, then lands with a beautiful jump. At the same time, the company car crosses the finish line first. Right behind them is Team Legend, surprising the crowd. In third place is the Pamplona Especial, although attacked by Inferno, but the race still ends well without any damage. Then it was dark and everyone starts to have dinner. The MCs take this opportunity to interview everyone how they feel about today's race. Some are ready to face any challenge, others feel unhappy with their teammates. It is not only Team Russia with Lana upset at Rusev, but also the Too Awesome team when Paige is unhappy with Miz because he couldn't do anything. Two egos taller than the Eiffel Tower spark a fight. It is not until Mr. McMahon appears that the fight stops, seeing that there are two teams that are dissatisfied, so he decides to switch members when the Too Awesome now has Paige and Lana and Team Russia has Miz and Rusev. If anyone is not happy with this change, they can hand in a resignation letter. After that, it is time to sleep, so everyone goes home. Only Scooby-Doo and Shaggy cannot sleep because they run out of food, so the two decide to go out to fill their stomachs. In no time they finish a huge sandwich. Luckily Shaggy makes two of them in case one is not enough. Suddenly they hear a strange sound and run to check. As a result, they find Inferno destroying the company car. Seeing that his actions has been discovered, he immediately chases after Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, but he does not expect that he will be ambushed by Miz, who is jogging in a corner. Last time Miz lost face when he was attacked by surprise, but this time it will not happen when Miz takes the initiative to attack first. The evenly matched fight between the two creates loud noises that wake everyone up. Taking advantage of the moment when Inferno is off guard, Miz immediately rushes in and locks him down. He uses his figure 4 leg lock so Inferno cannot escape. Before leaving, Inferno warns everyone that no one can escape their fate. Everyone then checks what he has done to the company car. Big Earl says that except for the fuel line of the company car being cut, there is no other damage. Velma finds some traces and Triple H says it is talcum powder from his airbag. Mr. McMahon still tries to convince his daughter not to join the race because it is too dangerous, but Stephanie says she does not care because tomorrow she will be the one driving. Soon the sun rises and the superstars are ready for the next race. The second leg of the race takes them into the Deadly Sea, and since the Authority wins the first race, they get a 30-second head start. But that half a minute slips away quickly and the rest of the teams are already on their way while Velma keeps her eyes on Mr. McMahon. The race soon turns chaotic as the first collisions happen, yet the drivers are forced to change terrain when the course shifts to water. The company car still leads thanks to its early start, followed closely by Team Legends and Team Russia. And this is when Paige realizes that Team Russia has only pretended to have conflicts in order to switch members. Their real plan being for Rusev to help Team Russia win while Lana drives for the Too Awesome. None of the superstars expect Inferno to secretly break into the race. With the improvements that let him run straight underwater, he isn't afraid to collide with the rocks in front of him. First he sends the Celtic Cruiser flying backward, then he kicks both the Pamplona Especial and the Too Awesome out of the race entirely. Seeing his teammate in danger, Rusev immediately turns his car around, giving up his third place position to rescue Lana. And when Triple H sees Inferno closing in from behind, he loses his patience and launches himself toward the villain's vehicle to end him once and for all. A fight becomes inevitable as the two trade blow after blow, and just when Triple H is in trouble, Stephanie steps back to catch him. But the fight does not stop when the two cars keep ramming each other again and again. While Inferno isn't paying attention, the Undertaker appears from the side. Feeling cornered between them, Inferno rams the Scoobinator off the track and even uses his mechanical scorpion tail to damage its engine. The danger only gets worse with a massive waterfall looming ahead, and when Kofi tries to help, he is shoved aside by Inferno. Meanwhile, the rest of the racers are still fighting to finish the race. The company car has lost its lead, giving the other teams more determination, and the Pamplona Especial nearly takes the victory before the company car slips ahead again. Elsewhere, Team Legends is still struggling to get out of their damaged vehicle, with the Undertaker finding nothing useful except a few German sausages. And when the car plunges straight off the waterfall, everyone assumes their fate is sealed, but to everyone's shock, with just a string of German sausage, the Undertaker manages to save Skinny Man and Dead Meat. Mr. McMahon gives a short speech saying they have come too far to stop now, so the race will continue tomorrow and the team that wins will take home the $1 million prize. And everyone is excited except for the Undertaker, because to him the race means nothing if he has no car to drive. Meanwhile, Stephanie is happy that her team takes another victory, which means they get a 30-second head start tomorrow. And people start to suspect there is some kind of setup when the company car keeps finishing first, but Stephanie and Triple H insist that everyone is just jealous of their talent. And to make her point, Stephanie declares she does not even need the 30-second head start. Later, as everyone begins to rest, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy decide to play bullfighting, and although there is a small accident, El Torito is still fine. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy are relieved because they think they will not have to risk anything tomorrow. Then suddenly there is a roar as Fred unveils the improved mystery machine ready for the final race. The next morning all the racers arrive on time to fight for the $1 million prize, and the third leg takes them to Marauders Mountain, famous for Dead Man's Curve. Mystery Inc. suspects Inferno will appear again, so they hide inside their vehicle, and the Undertaker vows he will win and make Inferno pay for everything he has done. While Velma, based on the previous times Inferno appears, guesses that another interference signal is causing the frequency of the drone to go chaotic, meaning someone is trying to control his car from a distance, so Fred creates another remote. When the word go echoes through the mountain, the superstars slam into gear and charge ahead, hoping they are ready because this race is nothing like the last. Marauders Mountain is known for its deadly curves that keep funeral services and orthopedic surgeons in steady business. And Inferno quickly shows up to declare the mountain his territory and warn that anyone who dares to conquer it should not blame him for being cruel. After saying that, Inferno immediately proves he is not just a talker. He takes down the Celtic Cruiser, and Team Legends becomes his next target. While even the parachute they prepare to survive Dead Man's Curve accidentally falls away. After that he speeds forward to eliminate the remaining teams, but Lana refuses to let him continue, so she tells Rusev to stop him. And Rusev leaps onto the hood to vault over Inferno's car, with Lana following close behind. Yet with a single swing of his arm, Inferno sends both of them flying back to the starting line, and poor Miz is immediately sent back to his Too Awesome by Rusev. Feeling that Inferno is too strong, Paige asks the other teams to cooperate to defeat him, and now the competition turns into a chase as the superstars work together to kick Inferno off the track. With El Torito from the Pamplona Especial even launching himself into a one-on-one fight. Thanks to his agility, he fights evenly with Inferno for a while before being kicked back to his car. Next comes the Celtic Cruiser, when Sheamus single-handedly cuts off the mechanical scorpion tail, but he is thrown back into the car right after that, at the same time blocking the way of the remaining teams, but the Undertaker charges forward without hesitation. Then he pulls up alongside so Fred can take control of Inferno's car, but Fred does not expect that with a single move Inferno takes back control. And in order to regain honor for Dusty as well as Team Legends, the Undertaker decides to stand up and fight. He quickly jumps onto Inferno's car and challenges him. Inferno does not dodge and chooses to confront him directly in front of countless spectators. Meanwhile, the life of the mysterious organization is being entrusted to Scooby-Doo. The Undertaker is trying to defeat Inferno when both sides are evenly matched, but now before their eyes is Dead Man's Curve, and everyone goes wild when the two cars deploy their parachutes just in time. Only Team Legends do not have a parachute, so they have to use the backup plan. Fred times it perfectly and fires two grappling hooks straight at Inferno's car, yet the battle between the Undertaker and Inferno does not stop, and with the combined weight of both cars, the Legends surge ahead of the company car. While Inferno decides that if he cannot win he will destroy, he leaps onto the Legends car, prompting the Undertaker to take his car instead. And with no more danger ahead, Team Legends win and succeed in defeating Inferno, followed by the Undertaker's bell signaling that this is not over yet and his fight is only beginning. He lifts Inferno high and delivers a tombstone piledriver to avenge Dusty, but Inferno is still able to get back up into the Undertaker. That does not matter as he continues with another tombstone piledriver, this time to avenge his own car, leaving Inferno defeated and the crowd satisfied with the result. After which everyone gathers to see who is behind the mask, and as soon as Fred removes it, everyone is surprised to see it is Triple H. We suspect it has to be a WWE wrestler when he can escape the Miz's figure 4 leg lock, but he is not the mastermind, it is Stephanie. She uses an inflatable Triple H dummy to fool everyone. With a remote control device, Stephanie and Triple H can easily control the car. The fight between them during the second leg was only an act, and at night when Inferno appeared it was just a swap in the dummy, but he did not expect that Scooby-Doo and Shaggy had seen him, and so he pretended to cut the fuel line. Now Mr. McMahon asks his daughter why she did it. Stephanie says it was all to win and prove herself to him, but Mr. McMahon always knows his daughter is talented. The reason he did not let her join the race is only because he did not want her to get hurt. The touching father-daughter moment ends abruptly when Mr. McMahon hands his daughter over to the police, though he is not worried because he already has a lawyer ready to handle it. And afterward, the $1 million prize is awarded to Team Legends, with The Undertaker wanting to use his share to create a puppet show he has always been passionate about, while Skinny Man and Dead Meat decide to share theirs with Dusty so that he can fulfill his dream and take care of the nieces and nephews back home.